You're a plonker. Right, these are a better example of the size of crystals you get in these little pots. As you could see, they were big and small, and that's just the static of the spoon, that green that you saw there. Right, I've weighed out, well, not weighed, spooned out 4 different colours, and I've put IPA in and mixed them up. Now I'm painting it directly onto the paper. This is how I did the sneak peek at the end of the last video. This is how I did them. As I said, I'm cleaning my brush off in between on little pieces of paper. Then I'm not wasting. But as you can see, there's still quite a lot of paint left in my brushes, so I don't know how to be more fair. So the ones with the IPA on probably have less paint on than the one I'm doing on the right at the moment. Now, I didn't do the top bars and the bottom bars because this was left, both of them was left to their own devices. If they made mud, they made mud. It was just a spritz with so many pumps, you know, same amount of pumps per side. I think I poked them down in the centre. Did I poke these ones down in the centre? It's even the same piece of paper chopped in half, taped down to the same board. So I didn't mop up the big pool of mud. I didn't try to rescue either of them. I didn't re-wet either of them. I just backed off and left them to do what they were going to do. It was very hard leaving that pool of mud there, believe me. I so wanted to clean it up, but I just left it. You know, it's got to be a fair test. I didn't want to mess with it. I think at this point I was absolutely dying to go to bed. Right, that is the one that had no IPA, that was just wet and left. Nothing doing with it. This is the one that had IPA painted on, and they both dried totally naturally. I didn't do anything with them. This was a test prior to that one, and what I did was scoop out. I'm just being creative with the bits that are left on the spoon. I'll do something else with those later. I'm scooping out a scoop and putting it in my little palette. I'm scooping out the same amount and putting it in a little tin foil so I can sprinkle. And as I say, I'm just cleaning up and not wasting any of it, because I've used quite a lot of paper and Brusho on all these. Right, again, I'm wetting with IPA, mixing it up, painting it directly onto the paper. And one of them, the turquoise, which I'll tell you when I put the turquoise on, has no reaction. Some of the reds look blue because the blue crystals dissolve, and some of the blues look a bit red. It just depends on which crystals dissolve, but on the turquoise, none of them dissolve at all. It has no effect just looking at it. It does when you've squirted it. It stops it from shifting all over the place and merging. But as I say, these weren't meant to be pretty. They're just examples. That's the turquoise. They're just examples of what happens when you leave it alone. And that off to the right was just where I was putting my colour, so I could try and sprinkle the other one, which they're identical cards again. So I knew where I was sprinkling, because once you start sprinkling you can't tell what colour's what colour, and obviously until you wet it. I mean, some greens look orange, and you know, in the dry state they're a bit confusing. So I'm sprinkling it on to the best of my ability, to the right points, right places. Again, I wet with water. Same. Oh, I hold these down in the centre because they just arched a little bit. Now, we took the pictures the wrong way around. The one on the right is the one that's been treated with IPA. The one on the left has not been treated. These are another set. The one on the right, IPA. The one on the left, not. And they were both, again, left to dry naturally, overnight, no messing. So I hope you find it helpful, and please share it with people because it's handy to know. Thank you. Bye.